Brosplay!
Super Mario Sunshine!
Almost. He almost owed you a Coke.
Yeah.
Welcome to Super Mario Sunshine, where the A and the I are in front of Mario.
Let's do it, bro.
Ross is an Aussie. We're driving to Palm Beach. We got L-shaped landing pads.
Does that make you nervous at all?
What?
Having a landing strip that's just out on an island like that?
No, why? Why would it be? You mean in case you crash?
No, just in case you decide to land on a bad weather day.
I think.
Or there's
landing
a
on
huge hole in it when you get there.
I mean, yeah, I'm more worried about like giant molten lava. So the question a lot of people have is like, who is driving the plane? If
That's true.
But there's two Toads there, so
they were probably flying the plane.
yeah. I don't think it's that big a hole in the story. I think this is like, I don't know if they're trying to do this, but like the Delfinos are dumb people. Like they're really dumb people.
Yeah, they are, and they're very comical. I thought that was like a tank. I thought it was a machine he was gonna ride to fight you. It's actually a water tank.
Some games do start like that, not necessarily Mario ones. See, this is an era where they were still experimenting.
Yeah. Must give context.
The
Must inform player.
player will not take out giant glob of goo without being told why to grab a goo.
Yeah, imagine I just try to walk by and just take me to Delfino.
Yeah.
Take me till Delfino.
So they were experimenting with their IPs at the time. So that's why Bowser talks, and there's Baby Bowser, and yeah. So I'm pretty sure Bowser doesn't talk anymore. Pretty sure they kiboshed that one.
It was weird. It is weird. You're about to see that it's weird.
Well, and Baby Bowser is like a little Brooklyn kid.
He is, and he's
Yo, look in the bottom right, or bottom left, sorry.
What's in his pocket?
Look in the bottom left. It's old Mario.
Oh, is it N64?
It was
Mario?
N64.
Yeah, he was swinging Bowser.
It was NES before that. This thing was scanning him, and it was registering his previous adventures. So that it's an acknowledgement that this is chronologically after 64. And,
right. So he rescues
NES.
Peach, and then they go on a flight to Delfino.
Maybe I don't know about that. But what I do know is, well, it's a theory, but most of them are in chronological order. But then the first one, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to be the last one.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You mean the original Super Mario?
Yeah, one of the earlier ones, I forget which one it is actually supposed to be the last, chronologically speaking, because he saves Rosa? What's her name?
Daisy?
Daisy. Isn't there...
Rosa.
No, but no. Who's that girl? Rosita? Did you want to hear it again? Fuck. It's interesting that even a company like Nintendo, like the kings and queens of putting play first, still think that people need like over explanations.
I just think they expected the audience to be so young that they just assumed there's no way they could figure it out.
You and I played Mario 64 when we were like 10.
And we hated it then. They
didn't do that in 64 though.
Oh, 64.
You show up and I'm pretty sure you can skip the first cinematic, but even if you can't, it's just this big open area. You just run around, then you go into the castle because you feel like it, and then you just try some doors until you find a door that you can go through, and then you jump inside. You don't need. There's no one tells you why.
I prefer the lack of context, if I'm honest. I don't need all of this exposition.
It's better for play. It's so much better for play.
And you know what they say? This is the era of play, brother.
This is the era of video. This is the era of choking the life out of play with the gargantuan video man.
Yeah, those are the ones that are coming to choke the play to death.
These are the guys, yeah. The guys who have decided that Lara Croft is not allowed to be cool anymore. She needs to be like every other struggling protagonist. Also, that is like the darkest fucking shot Nintendo's ever created.
Yeah.
Him with his nose poking over the...
Why do they all have glasses?
because they can't see properly.
What's great is the way that their noses move when they talk. Their noses are like a part of them making noises.
I love the establishment of where all those, all of the levels will be. I think the setup for this game is great, especially the darkness. You bringing sunshine to the game is fucking awesome, and you getting shines instead of stars.
Shine sprites, yeah.
Do you know? Okay, I forget exactly how it goes, but when it says that you got a shine, the words are like not aligned correctly on the screen because it was translated from I don't know what language, but it basically roughly translated to shine get. So they or get shine. So like they just removed the one word and put shine in there, so it's like weirdly off to the side.
Weird. I want to have a look at that the next time we pick one up.
Yeah, I certainly hope it's true.
Yeah, if not, you're definitely an asshole. Just throwing bombs at Nintendo.
So this is the first officially licensed Nintendo game we've ever played in the show.
It is, absolutely, yeah.
I'm excited, Nintendo.
You don't think this is darker?
That realization, like, oh no!
Mario hits rock bottom.
And they let him have his fucking gadget with a ridiculously big screw head.
When did they even, like, where did he get this? Whose was it?
He just found it.
He just found it on the ground.
It was waiting for him. It said it wanted, I think it said like it wanted, I don't know.
I have been looking for a companion. I have traveled across the ocean looking for someone who could use my skills.
The Delphinans prayed to the sun god Ra. He has forsaken us. Have you ever seen those memes that like every day we stray further and further from Jesus?
I have not, no.
It's always when like
satirical?
Yeah. It's like when someone does something really, really dumb.
Oh, okay, I see. So like someone eating like a chicken ice cream sandwich, and it's just like every day we stray further and further from Jesus.
It would be like if they had that, but then they got mad that it tasted like chicken.
Oh, okay.
And threw it on the ground. And
yeah, man assaults cashier because his ice cream chicken tastes like chicken.
You know what I hear tastes like chicken?
Everything?
Frog legs.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not tried frog legs. Do you do them deep fried or covered in chocolate?
I don't. You definitely. I'm trying to work on a joke here. I couldn't get it ready in time. I don't know. I don't eat them.
Then you lose.
I was gonna say something about like bogging it down with extra salt or something. It was a pretty good joke.
Yeah. Worked out for you, huh?
Debs.
Yeah, I wonder what this Delfino emergency broadcast system
have gone missing near the Gran.
Yeah, near the Gran.
Well, Gran's got to get on that shit because we don't have time for Gran if she's gonna let people go missing.
Just for the record, I've never actually fought this guy from up here, but this is way easier.
These guys are weird. These guys don't feel like they were play tested very much.
I know.
Because it makes more you're likely to just keep spraying it even though it has invincibility after it gets hit. So you're supposed to stop and
Oh no!
He was just in there?
Yeah, he was waiting for you.
Yo, that electric guitar.
Yeah.
I am such a big fan of changing up, like taking the core of a music concept and then doing it in a different way.
Yeah, altering it so that it's still Mario, but it's...
She just fucking stood there.
Yeah.
She was like, what does he do? What does he do? Oh my god, he's on me!
Peach is absolutely designed to make your life harder.
Yeah. It'd be kind of nice if there was a game where you were Peach and she was just a kick-ass character, and then they never had her get, like, in distress ever again.
Did
like,
you read...
From then on, it was like, Bowser was just up to no good instead of capturing her.
That would be cool if she fights alongside you. She's a playable character.
She's like Sheik.
And she can use that, like, hip explosion move that she uses in Smash Bros. To just blow enemies sky high. But did you read what Flood just said?
No.
It said, stop your enemy with some water. Fantastic. Great suggestion, Flood. That's like asking That's like asking an industry to regulate itself. It's like, oh, the water sprayer's telling me to use water to fight my enemies. I wonder why.
Dude, the market can always properly govern itself.
Of course.
You just don't like titans of industry or success.
No, I am all for big government and crazy regulation.
Here we do not
See?
care.
Try spraying it with water. What's with you, Flood? I've already purchased the unit, okay?
You don't have to keep selling the
Yeah,
idea.
I don't have to keep using you just to make sure you stick around.
Also, Mario, he is broken down into his individual particles and sucked into a painting, and at no point does he feel like it's some sort of existential issue. Like, is it actually Mario on the other side, or is it a new one?
Dude, you're just not as tough as Mario is. He doesn't think about that shit. He just fights enemies. He just wins
You gonna get
battles.
sunglasses from that guy?
You have to get further.
Oh.
But I will.
You gonna miss every one of those coins there, buddy?
Some of them, yeah. The
Got it.
only thing coins are valuable for, other than restoring your health, is there's a star for getting 100 coins.
Yes,
And,
the 100 coin challenge. Yes.
We're not going to do that.
Why not?
Well, we could, but...
I thought what we would do is, near the end, completely ruin the pace of the series and do every single 100 coin challenge in a row.
And then every blue coin?
And then Baby Bowser, or regular Bowser.
Oh, you want to do all the 100 coins before we fight Bowser?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
Cool. I guess we didn't explain, Derek has played this game like 8 times.
I love this game.
In university, so money well spent.
Yeah, man. Well, they don't charge you 12 grand a year in tuition for nothing. You're gonna get a good damn education in Mario.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Imagine if university came with a copy of GameCube and Mario Sunshine.
I think it's the only way to keep people sane through it.
Yeah. I think it's like it is.
Hang on.
Oh. Yeah, shine.
Oh, because it's supposed to say, like, get shine.
Shine, get. That's why there's that empty space on the right. Shine, get.
Because it is. It's tucked away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, also, like, we never even questioned it when we were kids. It just says shine.
Yeah.
You got something. You aren't shining. That is a shine. But, like...
I like that they don't tell you...
To go back in.
Yeah. You just assume... I might as well departicleize myself again. And also, not all those particles go through the M. Imagine one of his eyes ended up somewhere else, so he gets there and it only reassembles like 70% of his body.
Wahoo! Ah!
So the last one was called the windmill, like the big windmill.
Yeah.
And then this one is the one where you climb the windmill to fight Petey Piranha.
Yeah.
Not particularly smart.
And that's a huge improvement that they made with Odyssey, the at the moment most recent Mario game, is that when you get all of well, I guess they're called different things in different levels. I think they're called moons, but you get all of them in one go. Like you grab it, he does like a celebratory dance, and it's like, you got one, and then it just puts you back down, and you continue after the other ones.
And what is this, sorry?
Odyssey.
Yeah, but like, what is he picking up? Sorry.
The moons, like
it's
the shines,
the collectibles. Yeah. So I like that, not having to save and continue, leave the whole level every time.
Oh yeah, it's great. It works for flow. It makes play better.
However, in Island Delfino, you can do that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Island Delfino, as in like the hub world.
Like in the hub world, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you get a star, I'm pretty sure you can just say continue. Actually, you know what? I don't know if you can. I think you actually have to hit like the save and continue, and then it brings you back to the main area. Yeah, I'm not sure. We will find out soon enough.
I'm not sure I quite agree with this thing running out of like pressure. Running out of water makes sense, but running out of pressure is kind of frustrating.
You mean when you've held it for too long?
Yeah, and it starts to like.
Yeah, I wonder if the decision was either have it cut off or have it drop in pressure to give you a warning. Because if that's the idea, if it's supposed to be a warning that the water pressure, or that the water's about to run out, then that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't though.
What do you mean? Like, no, that is the only time like, water pressure starts to run out.
Oh, really?
See? And then it's done. And then you got nothing.
Yeah, but you have water more left though.
Oh, like, yeah, you're saying you should be able to continue spraying the whole pouch out all at once.
Yeah, and balance it through the amount of water left in it. I think cooldowns are like one of the best solutions for like consistent balance, because I just think it's so annoying restocking yourself in really any video game. I think cooldowns work so well for it.
Cooldowns, yeah, a great idea. Like, if the water refilled over time, even though that would make no sense.
Yeah, like instead of having to like go back and repurchase some shit, like in Red Dead 2, you can keep yourself stocked up with some shit that lets you use shit forever, and so you just have to keep going back and buying it instead of just balancing it out so that you can't just keep using it over and over again.
That would make more sense.
So is this guy gonna do something, or?
Yeah, believe it or not, this is actually one of the harder bosses because you have to run around him and get to his mouth.
This is actually pretty violent. Like this is
yeah.
E for everyone, but you intentionally overstuff this guy so that you can smash on his stomach and cause him to vomit the water that you forcefully put in his mouth.
Yeah, that's really aggressive. Mario actually has some pretty harsh tactics.
He steps on people's heads, man. He squashes their faces.
Yeah, mushrooms. He just mangles them.
But not even just mushrooms, all of them, really. Except for slimes, which he would if he could.
Probably. Well, you can jump on slimes. I think they hurt you, though.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can, yeah.
Watch out there, bro.
This guy's a straight-up Dark Souls boss.
A little bit, yeah.
Except he's fair and balanced.
And easy, actually.
That's the thing. I don't really think Dark Souls is so much difficult as it is patience-wearing game.
I would agree.
Like it is designed in a very similar way to Castlevania, where the player's natural path is extremely difficult, and but you can abuse the shit out of that game, man. There are people who attempt no-hit runs.
What?
No hit. Yeah, I watched there's a guy who has a YouTube channel, and he posts his streams of him attempting no-hit runs on Dark Souls 2. And I think the longest he's ever gone that I saw was 8 hours into the game.
How do you get past bosses?
Dodges. He goes full damage and dodge, full damage and moving statistics.
Sorry, you mean he doesn't get hit?
Yeah, single hit.
So he doesn't get hit.
Yes.
I thought you meant without hitting anybody,
No,
and
sorry.
I couldn't figure out.
Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. Without being hit once.
Jesus, 8 hours?
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
you can imagine the frustration when you do get hit, because it's always a silly thing. It's never like he just underestimates something. He'll just like drop down and then just get like immediately stabbed by something because the AI like locked onto him faster than it should have.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with doing anything to perfection. Like, you want to bowl a perfect game, you want to get 100% on anything. It's just not going to work out well because all you need is 0.1% off, and you didn't do it.
I'm really into like I always like to like jack up games until they're like super specific and very difficult, and I find that like once I get to that point, it's difficult to go back, but that difficulty I've set for myself is also frustrating, and sometimes I just stop playing games because I've pushed them too far.
You made your own rules too stringent.
Yeah. I love how this guy's got a level on his fucking house.
Yeah, on the side of his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also find it kind of weird that he put these portals that teleport you to other places on Isle Delfino. Why wouldn't you just like take a boat there?
It's for him. It's like he can use it to go back there and
Oh,
terrorize
so
the
he's
people.
going to these places and terrorizing them. So you're
He's turned the place into like a hub world for himself that you are now reversing. Yeah. See, Mario's got a good story. It's got a very interlocking story, you know.
interlocking.
You could compare it to such films as Pulp Fiction, Requiem for a Dream. You seen that one?
I have not seen it. No.
Really good. It's actually like it should be like the Scared Straight official movie to get kids to have kids not
Don't do drugs. Yeah.
Because all the characters are in they're all connected to drugs. The mom, I forget what she does. I think she does prescription drugs or something. But she goes fucking crazy by the
Is she
end
the
of
one that
movie.
ends up getting electric shock therapy?
I think so.
Because I know a ton about that movie through memes and just people raving about it,
Yeah.
but I don't have any actual experience with it. Oh, come on, Mario.
And then, all the other characters end up in really fucked up situations because of their habits.
Jared Leto, right? Jennifer Connelly?
Yeah, and one other guy who I believe was in a couple movies in the 90s. I don't know his name, though. You would know his face.
What movies?
Fuck. Yeah, also on the topic of violence, you are ripping tentacles off of this guy and then taking a cork from his face forcibly.
Yeah, well, I mean, much better that I...
How did you miss that? How did he miss that?
It's because these two middle tentacles and the outside tentacles are totally separate systems. Yes!
That was awesome.
Thank you.
You managed to squash something in the air, though.
I know. Yeah, so the internal... I almost called them testicles. The tentacles on the inside and the tentacles on the outside are like two different systems. So he can't hit you. Like, I can stand here, and he cannot hit me.
And you can just torture him by pulling on his mouth?
He can't even engage those tentacles. He can't even try.
His stretchy tentacle? Or his stretchy face?
Yeah. Stretchy mouth motherfucker.
And you're hailed as a hero. What if he lives here?
If he lives here, he should probably live in the water and not on the dock.
Oh, now first humanity comes in here and squashes the wildlife. Then they come in here and tell the wildlife where they're supposed to live.
Yep.
Humans.
That's us. I still very strongly feel like that about the Canadian goose.
Oh,
I really, really think that we need to do something to get them used to the fact that they're not really supposed to cohabitate with people.
I don't know, man. I think we can figure it out.
Hey, you say that again when you've seen a field of their crap. Have you seen that?
I think if Dane Cook and other comedians can coexist, that we can...
Such a harsh burn.
It's not even my opinion of Dane Cook. It's comedian's opinion.
Yeah, well, he's not the only one that falls into that category.
No.
But, yeah, I know what you mean.
Dude, I'm pretty sure these have different stats.
They do. So the pink one's the fastest. I believe the yellow one has the best handling, and the green one falls in the middle. So I always go with the fastest.
Oh, yeah? You gotta go fast?
When I'm doing the red coin challenge, I'll take one of the other ones. But for this, yeah, I always gotta go fast. Quickly. Run fast.
So this game series has a pretty strong... I mean, it's a very important game to me for two reasons. One, it was one of the earliest games you and I played together when we were kids. I think it was Christmas morning, actually. We got this for Christmas. The GameCube with Mario Sunshine. But also, it is one of my favorite Game Grumps playthroughs, and that was also very important to me 3 or 4 years back. So this game only has positive memories for me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And it's very difficult to avoid not talking about the things that I remember the Game Grumps talking about right now.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah.
They keep coming up and I keep feeling like they're things to talk about, and then I'm like, no.
That's their thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's only because it's in the same field, you know?
Well, yeah,
Both
all
Let's
the
Plays.
environments, right?
If I had watched, let's say, if maybe Donkey made a review about this game and he talked about something at this point in the game, it would be a different thing to talk about, right?
I see what you mean. Well, because it's the same atmosphere.
Right.
It's the chilling and playing at the same time. That's the best thing about
we should have
Let's
called
Play.
it that.
What, chilling and playing at the same time?
Well, maybe that's a little more complicated. I was just like, we just should have called the show Chillin' and Playing.
Dude. Yeah.
It's about as dumb as Brosplay, so.
We could have just called it Gaming and Chill.
Oh.
Nah.
You know, on the topic, though, it is kind of funny because I would consider us more grumps of games than the Game Grumps.
We're definitely a lot grumpier.
Like, they actually don't really get too angry too much, and we kind of do every single time. Little upset that you took it from us.
But we wouldn't be able to do that intro because we're both kind of grump. There wouldn't really be a not so grump.
No, dude, you're definitely not so. I'm way grumpier.
Fair enough.
That toad is dying.
Yeah, he's drowning.
His face is under the...
He's very much drowning. Oh,
What happened to the? What is that?
Dude, that's the thing you need to get the star from.
No.
Yes. Yes. I can't wait to see this tower.
Nintendo is a polished company.
It's because you're not supposed to fight this guy from up here, so you wouldn't see that if you were down on the ground.
Data limits. That's like the go-to thing for game developers saying they can't do shit.
Oh, really?
Data limits. Which in some cases is true. You're like, I'm pretty sure you can't go past a certain point on console games. Like the actual like the consoles just won't let you have that.
You can see it up there.
Oh yeah. And
Nice.
We're in.
Nice hat, bro.
Oh
man.
You're gonna clean off that? No, you're just gonna let him die.
Fuck him. He'll be fine.
I wonder if someone's made like a.
Go swim in the water.
Yeah, he's right next to the water. I wonder if someone made like a parody about this game. You know, that remember those commercials about cleaning ducks up in oil-filled water?
Yeah, with Dawn. You know, Dawn the cleaner-upper.
Yeah. The quicker cleaner-upper?
Yeah, I always just imagine Dawn as being this, like, burly plumber.
Don?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Dan.
Yeah, nice to meet you, I'm Don.
Hey.
You want to clean some ducks?
Oh. Yeah, I cleaned a duck before. Put him in some cold water. He didn't like that too much. Put him in some warm water. He liked that. It's pretty good.
I feel like they wouldn't care about warm water, cold water.
No, they would, actually.
They would?
Yeah.
What?
Like babies?
I thought they were all fat and stuff, though, to help with that.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking about chickens.
Yeah, you probably think about chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens
hey,
are pussies.
I'm sorry. I was talking about the chickens.
Hey, you duck said that. You don't take no offense,
you know
alright?
who else doesn't like the cold water? Fucking cats. Fucking pussies. That's a good joke, eh?
I actually, honestly didn't pick up on it at all. Didn't even faze me.
Have you seen that video where there's like this angry looking fucking cat outside of this guy's house, and he's like, "What the fuck is that? Is that a fucking cat? Well, hey, stop looking at me! Hey, get out of here!"
What are you doing here, cat?
It's pretty funny.
Gotta get some fucking intel.
I gotta say, this is one of the smoothest
You say that.
playthroughs that we've ever had, because you know what you're doing.
Oh, Jesus.
You clearly know what you're doing.
Yeah, and as soon as you say that, I almost die.
Well, this is
Gotta keep your mouth shut.
This is intended as a bit of a difficulty hump.
It's not a spike.
No, spikes are bad. Difficulty spikes are usually poor design. This is a hump. This is an increase in difficulty, similar to a boss fight. Although boss fights are usually easier in a lot of cases.
They are. Yeah, it's weird how that happens. I think the secrets are the best part of this game, personally. I always get excited when I know a secret's coming up.
That's usually my favorite part about a game, is when it has levels where stuff is removed from you.
Like you're handicapped.
Yeah, where like you have to acquire the stuff that you have, or you have to wow, that's a pretty cool pose. Like in a Hitman game where you have to start with nothing instead of being able to personally customize everything. I think customization works really well, but when you become accustomed to it, it becomes very similar. And removing things from you, it usually brings the game down to its core and shows you what's good about it.
Can I just point out that this is the most useless pointing out of anything in the game? They start the level by showing you that there's a thing up there and that there's these quacky ducks. And then as soon as you land, this guy has to explain that you got to get rid of the quacky ducks.
Hey, quacky duck.
Hey, you quacky duck. I know what you're up to.
Is that a different nozzle? Why would they give you that nozzle?
That's the same nozzle.
Oh, the GAD Science Inc. nozzle.
You got the GAD nozzle?
Why would they give you the nozzle? You already have the nozzle. I don't need the nozzle if I have the nozzle.
I don't understand that either.
Is this your nozzle? That's my nozzle.
I always knew you were a goddamn nozzle.
That sounds like the end
of insult.
Well, that too, but it also kind of sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Like, whose nozzle is it?
I knew you were messing with his nozzle.
But hey, speaking of whose something is it, how about Wayne Brady on Colony?
Yeah, whose nozzle is it anyways?
Whose colony is it anyways? You are fucking this up.
Yeah, these guys just don't want to go.
No, it's because you're creating too much. No, you have to go to the further.
Yeah,
edge.
I gotta go further. I'm not getting enough.
You have to create more. You have to generate more push, more force, rather. What's going on here? That's really weird.
Yeah.
It normally works pretty well. You're on the absolute edge right now.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I need. I need to be on that absolute edge.
Mario kind of is on the edge all the time, eh?
On the edge, like, lifestyle-wise?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it actually has to be back.
Yeah, so I gotta actually push him down, eh?
Real, true physics-based gameplay is so cool to me. Like, it bugs me when you have when you're trying to make something physics-based, but it's actually just a mechanic.
Yes. Yeah, when it's
doesn't-
faux physics.
It doesn't actually work the way it should.
Yeah.
Whereas that right there, you actually had to make sure that the force generated was correct. That is so cool, and probably ridiculously difficult to balance, like to get right. Like, they probably worked a lot on how like getting that to work right.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They apparently they worked tirelessly to get Mario 64's movement right, because it was one of the first three-dimensional games ever, and probably the first Nintendo three-dimensional game.
I can only imagine the logistical challenge.
They were inventing it. Like, nowadays, it's like you can buy like Unity assets and your character moves in 3 dimensions.
That's a good point.
I mean, I don't think it's quite that easy, but based on what I've seen, it might be actually.
Well, some games can even be made in third-party softwares now.
Yeah.
Right, like a game maker, or I'm sure there's much higher level. Like Unity is a game-making software, is it not?
It is.
It's a world.
I believe it's an engine. I don't know exactly how it works, but they also have assets as well.
Yeah.
It's really intended as a starting point, a way for a small developer to have placeholders and things that they can figure out how physics and pathing works without also designing that thing ahead of time. Because
yes, that's a good point.
There's so much time wasted, I imagine. I mean, I'm not a game developer, but I imagine there's a shit ton of time wasted. Let's say you want to make a zombie game, so you design your zombies, you figure out how they operate and how they move, and then you realize the way you design them doesn't work with the pathing system. You just murdered that caterpillar.
Well, I would say that caterpillar is weak and fell apart.
Had a weak constitution.
It did. It had a terrible constitution.
What the fuck is wrong with these shines? Like, they don't want to be get.
Yeah, they don't want to help these people in Delfino. Ooh, what if the shines are actually being subjugated by the people of Delfino?
And they were escaping.
Bowser came to release them, and now Mario is just capturing them all.
That is actually a leading theory about Mario.
And he's a horrible monster.
Is that Peach is actually an invading queen trying to take over the existing king, which would be Bowser. King Koopa, his original name, by the way. And that Mario is a pawn in the middle of it.
Oh, that the queen is using.
He's a mercenary. He comes in and just murks everybody who doesn't follow their ideology.
I thought I was gonna get a close-up. Instead, I get an inside view.
That's pretty cool.
It's the mercenary.
Yeah. Well, thanks for how do I say this? Joining us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thanks for doing that.
We should probably start saying that now.
Yeah, next time.
That's good.